Hey everybody, good morning. Jeff here with Ibrahim Hussein. He just made the move to eXp. He and his team, they're the number one Keller Williams team in all of Canada, and now they're over here with us. He's got a great story. Let's get into it. Here we go. Ibrahim, good morning.
Good morning, Jeff.
How are you?
Good, brother. How are you doing?
Good, good. I know you are a busy guy, man. I appreciate your time jumping on here. You got a lot of moving parts up there.
I do appreciate the opportunity to speak to you, and I'm honored to be here. Thank you for that.
Yeah, well, thank you very much. So let's dive into it, man. Tell your story. You were born in Egypt, is that right?
I was born and raised in Egypt. Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
very cool. On my bucket list. Haven't been there. Probably the closest I've been is Dubai.
It
That's
was
probably
very
the
close,
closest.
about 3 hours flight from there.
Yeah,
You would enjoy it. You should go one day for sure.
yeah, absolutely. You got a lot of family. I'm sure family and stuff back there in Egypt.
Yes. Yes.
For sure, for sure. And then you moved to Canada. What about it was like 10, 11 years ago?
About 10 years exactly, June 12, 2012. Like
Okay,
2 months from now will be, well, a month and a half from now will be like 10 years.
okay. What brought you to Canada?
Well, my wife is from here, and I
Okay,
initially came here to do my master degree in law with the MBA. So I have a law degree background. So I came to Canada, and then I realized it's not really what I want to continue doing. Just like I'm taking a big U-turn to continue do my like my law career. So I grew up doing a here and there sales wise business, importing and exporting with my brother, B2B business. So it was more of like, okay, I'm gonna go to the business side of things. I did this, like, did a whole bunch of things for the first 5 years. It was really, really hard. The
yeah,
first, just let go of your career and do something else, and it wasn't easy, but like navigating and I do speak English from grade 4, I would say, back home. But
okay,
when you come in here and then, okay, like we're living in Canada, I don't really get the whole thing when people joke. I don't laugh. I don't, you know what I mean? Like those little things in the very beginning. I'm like, okay,
right,
I need a year or two to a culture adjustment, I would say.
right, yeah,
So I did this. Things went very well. I did this for 5 years, and then after 5 years, I got into real estate. Um, I've done a business transaction with one of the real estate agents, and then I was in a telecommunication business back then, and he was like, "Yo, have you ever thought of being in real estate?" I'm like, "Yeah, I thought of it. I like the idea, but I just don't know what needs to be done here." I was
yeah,
doing very well in the previous business, not near as what we're doing now, for sure. Everything happens. The world works in a miraculous way.
yeah,
But then he is like, "Yeah, here is what needs to be done," and I completely like ghosted him. Like just really busy, have a lot of work to do. Like everything was almost really good, at that
yeah.
time. And then I usually take like first weeks of January off because I'm burned out. By December 31st, I'm done. Like
You're done.
working like a dog.
Yeah,
So I take 2 weeks off, and I went to get a haircut, and then sit in the hair salon, and then he's sitting actually next to me, like a coincidence. His name was Mark. I was like, "Oh shoot, Mark, how are you doing? Good. You know what? Really busy. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to kind of like not get back to you. Do you have a minute to talk after? Finish haircut, went to the mall, had a coffee, and then he walked me through the whole details. So I'm like, good. So I started to get my license, quit my job before I get my real estate license, because for me, the previous jobs that I have done here and there to kind of like build my network, one thing, Jeff, like it was really like it hit me really hard. I again, I wasn't born here, didn't grow up here, no university here, no circle of influence. My wife has a very quiet life, not so much a friend is that you can tap on and build network and help you navigate, get another jobs. None of this, like
right,
literally none of that. So I'm like, I gotta get a sales job to build my network, to build my, like, there is no friends that I grew up with, like
right.
whatever business I'm gonna get in, I need sphere of influence. I need people around me, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, I really don't care what am I gonna do. I'm probably gonna sell like balloons, sell like candy. It doesn't matter what that is. I need a sales job, the front line sales job that it allows me to interact with people, and then I will take it from there.
Right.
I'll turn them into clients. I'll turn them into like friends, and I'm very grateful that I have a lot of friends now outside of Lady as a result of doing business together. So I did that, and then I'm like, okay, I'm getting into real estate. I let every single person that I have known in the last 5 years know that I'm getting into real estate. So one advice for the newer real estate people that will either just got in the business or about to get into the business, I not recommended what I did for anybody. FYI, I did quit my job before I actually got my license, knowing that deep down, I know I'm gonna make it work. Like this is whatever I have done before, it wasn't my career, and if I'm letting go of the law like route, I gotta have to do something else that make up for it. And
Right.
real estate was that route that I'm gonna take, and there was no ifs or buts. There is no trying. It has to work out. Like there is no ifs or buts. So I
Burn the boats, burn the boats. Like I'm all in,
exactly.
there's
Like
no
it's not,
retreat. Yeah.
yeah, right.
Yeah.
So I quit my job. I'm like knowing that I'm gonna get my license a month from now. Like you schedule your next exam, which is the last one. Okay, cool. My exam next month, last one. I'm gonna pass it. I'm gonna get my license. During that time, I actually didn't study because I was so caught up on what's gonna happen after I get my license next month. Prospecting, networking, letting every single person know that I'm getting into real estate. I was lucky enough to I joined one of the top teams in Keller Williams. Forever grateful for everything that I've learned. Still good
Absolutely.
friends with the team leaders that I started with until now. Um, I was like, look, my issue is not sales. My issue is not building relationship. The lingo. What the hell are you guys saying? When you want to do something real estate,
Yeah.
so called the scripting nowadays.
Yeah.
The linguistic of like how the terminology. Like he's like, no, it's okay. Just come to the office. We have the scripting code and whatnot, and just get yourself familiar with how we're phrasing what we're saying when it comes to real estate business.
Right.
Oh, start showing up at the office, and in hearing people talking, I get inspired. I like to always compare myself to others for two reasons, and that's one of the I strongly disagree with quotes that's going on in the real estate industry, or like the self motivation or whatever you want to call it, is don't compare yourself to others. Don't compare yourself. It's you versus you. I'm like, seriously? Like I grew up playing sports all my life. I have like the law firm I was to work with. You're in the competition world. Just wake up.
Right.
So now, if I'm telling Jeff, hey Jeff, don't compare yourself to others because don't compare your inside to other people outside. Your only competition is yourself. All of that crap is I am assuming that Jeff hasn't developed a level of emotional maturity and emotional intelligence to the level that he will compare himself to others to A, get inspired, B, celebrate their success. Therefore, he's not there yet. So what I'm going to say is, Jeff, don't compare yourself to others because you're going to start feeling shit about yourself if you compare yourself because you're like, oh my God, I'm not as good as they are. Like
Right.
any pro athletes, they do compare themselves to others in order for them to get better and get better and get better. The only thing is the advice if you're starting a business, getting into real estate, you do have as a matter, actually it's a must, compare yourself to others to celebrate their success and get inspired by them, knowing you're running your own race. That is the key difference between the two. If you're not there yet, probably the issue we have to address here is the emotional intelligence and emotional maturity level, so you don't feel bad about yourself.
Yeah.
That's the key point here. So I did that, and I'm like, okay, cool. It's very inspiring. If this is what the market where we are, like average agent sells 7 homes a year. We have an 87% failure ratio. Sorry, go ahead.
Let me ask you real quick. So, did you get like? Is that something that you've had in you for a long, long time? You grew up like kind of thinking that way, or is it something that as far as this, not comparing yourself to other people? Because we all do that. So many people do that.
Mhm.
Was it something that you got from like just being around the right people? That
Always,
coaching,
always.
mentoring. I mean, I've got all these books behind me. I'm
I
always reading. I'm always looking to grow. One of the things that helped me when I first got in the business was, again, I think, I got plugged into a coaching program about 6 months after I got into this. I paid 20 grand to be a part of this thing for 9 years. Being around those people, it just, they were all doing better than me, but that's what I wanted. I didn't want to be at the top of the heap. I want to be down here, like, because I want to work my way up to where they are, and I want to be around these guys because they're going to help me get there. That collaboration and being around the right people and then helping you to think the right way. It's so much of this is up here.
it's
If
you
you
know
think
what?
you're going to lose, you're going to lose. If you think it's going to be a battle, it's going to be a battle. If you think this is going to be the greatest thing ever, I'm going to make it, you're going to make it. You'll figure out how to get there. It's so much the limiting beliefs that we have in our heads, just stop so many people from ever getting to where they could get to, you know?
I love what you said. I really love it. Like the limiting beliefs in our head, because how many times we hear the sky's the limit? I call that BS. Sky is just the beginning,
Yeah.
and your belief system is, because I don't know what would define the sky. If you're in Dubai, you said you're in Dubai, right? If you're sitting in Burj Khalifa,
Yeah.
you're probably in the sky already. So I don't know
Yeah.
what it's a subjective matter. I don't know what the sky is like. I know it sounds so far, right? But I'm like, okay, I get it. I understand. The belief system is the limit. Is what you really truly believe where you can go, and then also like understand that don't have ego. If Jeff did a lot more than what I imagined that I will do, I probably
Mhm.
should reach out to Jeff. Hey Jeff, and then don't ask the question. If it doesn't matter, it doesn't matter where we are in the business or what level you're at. It's still new, a little bit like experience, super experienced. It like the proper question that I had to learn it after so many years is, if somebody's doing something they want to do, I cannot just go and, hey Jeff, what is working for you? What are you doing that made you get to where you are? I'm like, well, Jeff is not going to have an answer for that because he doesn't know how to answer that question. Is that what you mean? What did I do? In what area?
Yeah.
So rather, the question probably should be like, hey, what did you have to overcome to get to where you are? What did you have to overcome to get to where you are? And then
That's the question.
that will open the, okay, cool. Let me share with you my challenges, the stuff that I had to overcome to get to where I am, and that will probably relate to what you have to say, or
Yeah.
what you have to do as a person that asking the question, right?
Hmm.
Um, as you're starting, 90% of real estate business is a mindset, and then 10% just only the activities that you have to do in real estate business. At some point in time, as you're growing the business, if you are looking at this business as a business, not as a job, which is a complete two different side of how you're even approaching it.
100%.
Yeah. So if okay, this is a business, not a job. Your mindset is 90% of the whole entire equation. At some point in time, you're gonna have to stop um, making good business decisions and start making a principle-based personal decisions that will ultimately take care of the business 10 times, because it doesn't take a genius to make a good business decision. That's like any book smart business person will do that. Oh, the book is that they tell me how to do that. Just being a street smart, it's something that's, there is art and science, right? There is art for every decision. There is art and science. The science says make a good business decision. The art says make a principle based everything. I'm going to talk to Jeff, whatever that we're going to do, either a business partner, either a client, somebody that I'm doing a transaction, I'm doing a real estate transaction, real estate deal, building a relationship, whatever that might be. It's a principle based. Everything has to go based on a principle based personal decision. Would that impact my life or Jeff's life on a personal level? Knowing that this decision will take care of the business 10 times, not the other way around. So when that happens, I'm trying to simplify the conversation.
Yeah.
There's so much that's going on, and I love when I talk to somebody. I'm like, look, like, what do you need? Like, okay, you need to do this and this. And I'm like, there is no time. Like, there is no time. If you're dying at the age of 70, I just a rough math. you only have 18 and a half years of working in your life. That's it. Because I can do the math. First 18 years in a school, you're sleeping 8 hours a day. That's a third of your rest of the life. You're taking 2 weeks off, 2 days off in the week. You're working 48 hours a month, 48 months a year, 48 weeks a year, which is taking a month off. You only have 18 and a half years. There is not much. If you're 70 years of age dying, there is only 18 and a half years of work.
Yeah.
You're knowing that. How would you approach every single day out of those 18 and a half years? That's all you got. If you're dying at 70, which you might not make it to 70. I'm just saying, just a reality check.
Yeah.
And that will help you wake up every single day being extremely purposeful with what you're doing.
Totally. That's so powerful to think about that way, like that.
There is no other way.
Yeah.
It's the one truth that actually going to take place.
Drive you. Get up, get out of it. And that's one of the problems I see. I've been a realtor now for 20 years, and I think one of the things that I've seen is just there's so many people that get into the business, like whatever, real estate's hot. I'm going to get my license, and they get out there, and it's like they're waiting on the phone to ring. Like they don't. It's not going to work that way. Yeah. You got to get up and have a drive and a desire and a discipline to be your own boss. And how many times have I fired myself in that sense, or would I have fired myself by the way I was today, or the way I've been this week? Like just, snap out of it. You got to run your business. It's a business. 100%. Build your business,
100%.
Go after it. 100%. That drive and that discipline to do it. And just I see this sometimes, they're their own boss. So, I got my license. So they sleep till 9:30. Whatever, get up, have some coffee, maybe, do their morning routine, whatever, go to the gym, come home, eat lunch, whatever. It's like 1:00 before they even start doing anything. And then they're done by 3:30 or 4, whatever. It's afternoon time. I'm going to go for a bike ride. It's nice outside. Spring's here. It's time to play. It's like, no, this is never going to work that way. You're never going to get to where you want to get to.
Here is what we tell people. They want to get into the business. First of all, it's not for everybody. You know that. It's if you're cut for it, in my opinion, it's the best business to be in. If you're not cut for it, probably you should do something else, because the reality is you wake up every single day unemployed. So don't think about it that way. Literally, you wake up unemployed and you're going to have to go out and make your living. Are you okay with that? People don't talk about it. That is the main problem. You get into real estate, there is a lot of money. I promise you, there is not a lot of money. They're all starving to death.
Yeah.
It's if you're okay waking up every day unemployed, you will make it. That's the right way of thinking about it, because it's just a translation for what the reality is. Unless you want to trick yourself, that's a different story.
Yeah, for sure.
So is it too harsh? Are we too harsh on people watching?
No, people need to hear this. I mean, it's just to be, the turnover rate, and it's huge in real estate. What is it? Most people last 2 years and they're done. They're out. Yeah. That's 2 years. You could have been doing something else, or it's 2 years. Like don't be part of that percentage. It's just like 80-some%. It's like it doesn't have to be that way.
It's worse than the food industry.
Oh, it's
87% failure ratio. Like 100 people got their license this morning. Congratulations, guys. 2 years, 87 out of business, and only 13 that's left. And now the 13 that's left, let's say the 13 accumulated to be like 1 million agent in North America. The average person sells 7 homes a year. That you're not really working. And I genuinely tell people this when they start talking in the beginning. I'm like, you probably should consider a job at Tim Hortons, which is equivalent to Dunkin' Donuts in the States.
Okay.
The reason why I'm not being sarcastic, I actually truly mean it. You wake up every day, you have you know what exactly you're going to do. Like 6 o'clock, the worker's not going to follow you home, and you're knowing what paycheck come from. You're probably going to make the same money as the average agent makes in the end of the day. And you're eating muffin, drinking coffee for free every day.
Yeah. I like muffins. I don't want to work there, but I like muffins.
Nothing wrong with that. It's just people don't think that way.
If that's their thing, I mean, it's all good. This isn't for everybody. But I think a lot of people get into it. But I know when I got my license, and I remember reading that statistic. Like 6-7 homes a year, the average realtor. I'm like, what? I'm like, heck no. Like if I'm going to do this, I'm going to do it. Average sucks. I don't want to be average.
We have a t-shirts and sweaters at work says allergic to average.
Yeah, there you go. That's awesome. So you've only been licensed 3 years, 4 years?
5 years. Actually,
5 years. Okay, 5 years.
Starting the 6 years now.
Gotcha. Okay. And you right away you jumped into a Keller Williams team, good team.
Yeah, I was fortunate enough to start with one of the top teams in the country at that time. They're no longer
Sure.
with Keller Williams.
Okay.
Learned a lot. Just for like long term goals, plans, just didn't really align, which is fine. I play soccer all my life. I look at it as you can be that one of the best players and one of the top teams. They're not the right the way the team plays is not the right tactic for that player
Right.
style. So that's why there is transfer windows twice a year for
Right.
players to go from different teams. This is just the world that works that way. So that's how I look at it in a positive way.
Right.
I went on my own. I sold a lot of real estate. Made a lot of money.
You went on your own. How long were you on that team?
I was on the team for about 6 months, 7 months.
7 months. Okay, and then you went on your own. How'd you do when you were on your own? How you were busy. You got things going.
Yeah, I've done 52 homes in Ontario.
Wow.
That's a lot of real estate because it's different than the United States of America. The cycle of transaction here takes quite a bit of longer than the normal transaction in the United States.
Okay.
So I did that. That's considered a lot of real estate.
Yeah.
Made good money, realizing that this is not the answer, because I literally had no life. I had no life. I just sat with myself, and I'm like, I need a team. I need a team because I need to buy back 80% of my time, if not 90% of my time.
Right.
The shenanigans that whether I did it or somebody else did it, my clients wouldn't really care. But I need time with my family. I need time with my wife. I need to see my mom. I need myself back.
Yeah.
So I sat with myself, and that's an experience and an experiment that I will suggest everybody should do, including team leaders that they might be watching now. Do that to yourself with no BS. Look at yourself in the mirror, bring pen and paper, draw a line in the middle. On the other side of the line, on the right side of the line, list every single possible reason why you will join the team. You yourself, nobody else, like you. If you have a team now, you're, whether you have an ego or not. Oh, I already have my team. You will come join my team. I'm not going to join a team. I'm like, if you were to join a team and let go of your team, what the hell that team has to look like for you to be like, you know what? I'm joining that team. Write that down. The wish list.
Yeah.
Same paper, the other side of the line. Every single possible reason that if a team has any of this list, if any of this, I will never join the team. Now, you can bullshit somebody, but you're not going to bullshit yourself. So that's me. This is who you are. And you're not going to compromise. And then just get out there. Get out there and talk to every team that you can possibly put your hands on. If they have everything you have, by all means. If they have any what you don't have, don't join them. Just don't compromise. I did that exercise myself. And I couldn't find the team that, that will match everything that I want to have. And that's okay, because I probably am the problem. I'm admitting it, maybe I'm unreasonable. Maybe that's what if this is the industry average. This is how teams are run in the real estate industry. Like, okay, I'm just going to continue being on my own, realizing that it takes a lot of money to have a proper foundation to build a team.
Right.
So go ahead, put my head down, so real estate, save the money. I pulled money out of my home equity too, to be able to start the foundation of the team.
Okay.
And then on November 1st, 2018 was the start date of Affinity Real Estate, which is our current team. Was two of my current partners, the first two people that I spoke to.
Nice.
Spoke to, here's guys, would love to build a team. Here's how things will look like. Here is what structure look like. And are you in? Both of them came in on board. And then started with the two of us, and slowly we had by February we had two other awesome business partners. They're still with us until now. Not a single person actually by choice used to leave the team from day one, which is we owe this to God first. Thank you for that, God. Second is for the fundamental principle that we're building the foundation on. We've flipped the triangle the other way around. It's not a one-man show anymore. It's an organization that people can grow as much as they want to grow without feeling that they're working for somebody else or under somebody else. We believe in that flat organization. For those who are using a EOS system or a entrepreneurial operating system, which is it's a system of how to run an organizations.
Mm-hmm.
The book Rocket Fuel. It's basically you have the visionary, you have the integrator, and you have the departments. We actually we broke it down and I'll just make it flat, like everybody on the same level. And
That's awesome.
just one person that when shit hit the fan and things goes wrong, problems, you know what? There is that servant leader that goes and fix it. You're not their boss, because if I back to the experiment that I like, the exercise of writing everything I want, everything I don't want. If any of those wish lists cross my mind that I would love to have, probably in the future, the people that I'm going to work with, they're going to be a lot more smarter than me. If any of this wish list cross my mind, it will cross their mind. Just a matter of time, though, because they don't know yet. They're new to the business. But with time, they will figure it out. Once they figure out, this is where the problem is. So there is a book called Growth IQ, written by Tiffany Bova, she's the director of innovation for Salesforce. I had a privilege of talking to Tiffany for about 20 minutes in San Diego on May 23rd, 2018. And then she said one thing to me, and I stuck to my head, and I took it and I went back and I implemented it to the T. She said, okay, for any organization, you have to live in the future to welcome the client when they arrive. You have to live in the future to welcome the client when they arrive. So now, as an organization, we have two different types of clientele. Respected buyers and sellers that they want to buy real estate, and then real estate professionals that they want to operate the real estate business at a company. Every single realtor, it doesn't matter how long or small they've been in the business, they need a brokerage, they need a company to operate their real estate business at. So now we took that philosophy, belief, and apply it to the T. Now those top producing professional real estate agents that they need to operate their business at a company, they are our clients. I gotta have to live in the future to welcome them when they arrive, meaning everything that they possibly want to have the way it should be, it has to be there before they know that they should have it. So when they realize it, like, you know what, they would appreciate that they have it. Because the flip side of the coin, Jeff, the aha moment or the reflection moment of any real estate agent's journey, 100% it happens. We just don't know when it happens. How long it would take that person. Jeff got their license this 10 o'clock this morning. Jeff, congratulations. He's so awesome. He doesn't know what the hell he's doing yet. Might take Jeff 6 months. Might take him 6 years. He might not figure it out at all, which I hope that's not the people that you're working with. You're working with smart people, which means you will figure it out. Get it? Following me?
Right.
Okay. So when they figure out, the aha moment, holy cow, shows up. Okay, now that I know what I know, I look back and I reflect on my journey with my ABC team, company, brokerage. Now that I know everything about the business, ins and outs, I have been taken advantage of. Where is the nearest door? I'm out. The flip side of the coin, which is started by holy cow too, same thing. It's like, holy cow, now that I know what I know, I'm reflecting on my journey with ABC Team Brokerage Company. I appreciate everything Jeff, the company, has given me before I know that I should have it. Now that I know everything, it creates the magic word. It's called retention.
Yeah.
Everybody cries and complains of why we don't have it. How can we fix it? Just get it right. Stop having it backwards. Get it right. Live in the future to welcome people when they arrive, unless you're thinking they're not as smart as you are, which is a whole different problem. Make sense?
Yeah.
So this is
for you to not lose anybody. 25 people, right, on your team?
Yeah.
And to maintain that all the way through. I mean, because there is that. I mean, again, I had a team for 13 years, and I had a couple people that stayed with me for most of that time. There were some that would come and go, and whatever. And then, I remember when my number one guy, I mean, he 35, 40 deals, and he's like, I think I want to go start my own team, and I get it. And he leaves, and to try and replace that guy, that was tough. That's challenging.
The problem is that we had a mastermind group, very highly respected people, and the theme that is going on is we, for the lack of better words, like just the team leaders, uh, they complain about the sense of entitlement that's going on amongst the top producing agents. And then when they leave the teams, and oh my God, this agent left the team, they took this much business with them. Oh my God, how can I do this? How can I sue the crap out of them? How can I get the penalty? All of this. I don't find anybody. It's almost we never talk about the entitlement that's going on between the team leaders, feeling that they own those agents.
Wow.
This is just that is the sad truth, brother, that people don't talk about.
Yeah.
So what made you feel that they're working for you? Because they're not working for you, they're working with you. When an agent, when a team leader or like a broker, or what the hell go on a stage and start talking, I'm like, I'm listening, it's big respected mastermind or like webinar or like, in-person event. I'm like, oh, my agents do blah, blah, blah. I'm like, yo, we speak subconsciously reveals what happens in our heart. What you mean your agents? My agents. When somebody refers to them as my agents, I'm like, we're not in a slavery world anymore.
Yeah.
But we don't think about that.
Yeah.
And they wonder why. They have feelings, man. They feel like they're business owners. They run their own businesses at your freaking goddamn company. They're not your agents.
Right.
So when that shift happens in the mindset, and you understand that, okay, in the beginning I said we're starting a real estate business, and 90% has to do with mindset. There is a big shift has to happen, which is the mindset becomes like a kindergarten anymore. Like it's nothing more than just like a baby steps. You gotta have to move from the mindset to the heart set. How's your heart set look like? Are you leading with your heart or are you leading with your mind? It's the language that you're using within the organization and how you make people feel and the sense of community that people want to belong to. This is what makes it or break it, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So they just want to have
huge.
They just want to have like a sense of community. I run my business at a company, and here is one thing, Jeff. Whether team leaders, brokers, like broker owners, again, I don't like that term, but this is just what everybody's using.
Yeah.
Whether they like it or not, those agents are their business partners. Welcome to the real world. They are your business partners because, again, unless you're thinking they're less smarter than you, I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to somebody that works with people that are a lot more smarter than they are. Okay? Which is, I'm pretty sure you have a lot more people smarter than you at where you are right now. I don't know where you are. Whoever is there,
Absolutely.
They are your business partners because they choose to invest part of their hard-earning money, so-called commission, in developing your company. They will do what every responsible financial person will do, which is if I have stock and in a company that's not doing very well for me, what would I do? What would you do, Jeff?
I'd leave.
And you're going to invest in a different company that has a better stock or better,
absolutely. Yeah.
better ROI in your investment.
Yeah.
Yeah, those agents will do the same damn thing.
Yeah.
Like they're investing. That means your shareholder, they are partners in your company, and they're not getting the best ROI that they should get. Why should they stay? Because you wouldn't do that if you were them.
For sure. Why should I be loyal to you?
Yeah.
You're not loyal to me,
Yeah.
How are you helping me? I mean, it's just that collaboration, and yeah, some great points. Let me ask you this. Let's. When did you first hear about eXp? Was it a few years ago? Do you remember when you first heard about it? I mean, the word is getting out more and more now, but
about 2 years ago.
Okay.
I heard about it like a long time ago, like when they came to kind of 2014,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But they were like, nobody knows anything about anything at all.
Right.
In the beginning of 2020, in the beginning of 2020,
okay,
a little bit over 2 years, kind of start hearing about them, and I know the concept. Okay, it does make sense on a surface level. I have one rule of thumb in any business: I don't pay for anybody's errors and trials. That's a
Right.
period. End of discussion. It's just we never change that rule.
Right.
The model sounds so sexy, so good. I'm like, what is missing in my head? But I'm thinking about it, what's missing. But at the same time, I am busy selling real estate. We're growing the company, we're growing the team. We don't have time to stop and investigate.
Right.
We're doing it as we're going because we have a goal to hit, which is hitting number one team in the country. Our goal is 2023 to sell 1 billion of real estate, which God willing we will. This year we're on track to close over 500 million, and then next year we'll close 1 billion. That's the goal back in 2018. So it's not a coincidence of like showing up today. It was planned today. So when eXp came in, and I'm like, okay, so we're growing. We're forever grateful for the opportunity. I've never been anywhere outside of Keller Williams.
Yeah.
From day one until a month ago exactly. Tomorrow will be 1 month with Keller Williams. Forever grateful for everything we've learned, for the culture, for the network connection, and the friendship that we've created. We were hitting ceilings, and I don't want to sound like it's. I don't like to use the whole brick and mortar and blah 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 blah, because we need that. Like,
Right.
the reality is we're a freaking big team. We need an office.
Right.
I'm not a big fan of people repeating like a sheep mindset, like go talk shit about Ibrahim's brokerage and why eXp is the best. None of this. We're amazing two companies. One was we were hitting ceilings, that there is no growth beyond that. Period. End of discussion. We took the conversation to the highest level that we can take it at Keller Williams, like the headquarters. There was you're here, and that's about it. There is nothing above that. I don't care who says what. Like, based on it's done. It's you're here, and thanks so much. Owning a market centers and opening a market centers, which is like a brokerage in a city, we're not interested in that. That was never our goal, and we politely said no, thank you. We're not interested in that. Is there something bigger than that on a regional level? And the answer was absolutely no, because it's a franchise system, and the regions are already owned by somebody else.
Right.
So eXp solves the same problem. That exact problem, because there is nobody above you. And if you wanna, here is the real main reason. Okay, the real main reason. I have 5 or 6 business partners on me from the team from day one. They are the reason why Affinity Real Estate is where it is today. If we're not moving and getting into an eXp model, they will always be under me, and they will never have the same business size that I have. That's just how the models work.
Right.
You have to get out of that, and then good luck build the game from the zero start. Because if that's my business model and you want to get that business model, you have to go out and start again to build it. There is nowhere that we can actually work together and grow each other's without having any feeling of like competition. We're actually collaboration.
Yeah.
So the way I look at it is the play field has been leveled. It's leveled. Everybody has the same opportunity to grow. I look at our own local region. I'm in Waterloo region. We're 1 hour west of Toronto. Okay, big city, big region, lots of population. There is about 6 or 7 independent brokerages. Pay attention to this, Jeff. Okay, 6 or 7 independent brokerages. They all came out of Keller Williams.
Really?
Yes. There is a reason why those people get out and start building their business companies. Nothing wrong with Keller Williams. It's the biggest, it is the biggest in the world for Asian counsel. Sure. Nobody can dispute that. It's just the ship is too big. That any decision to move the ship in the river, good luck with that. It's gonna take forever because it's too big. It's not easy to navigate and narrow. You understand that? That's that can be a credit giving to them, or it can be a problem for somebody that wanna move fast. No, you have to move with the same slow speed that we're moving with, because that's the whole ship goes in one direction. So I'm like, is there a model? Is there a model? No ifs or but, no bullshit. Is there a model that if that model is exist, those 6 or 7 independent brokerages were going to work under one roof and actually never leave. They had no reason to leave, but to stay and build their own businesses under one roof. The answer was no, except eXp. Period.
Yeah.
End of discussion.
Yeah.
So now, okay, I get it. So we're younger. We're not. I'm 35. A lot of my business partners are almost the same age as me. Give or take, a couple of years up and down.
Right.
Like if somebody like 55, 60, 65 years of age having a brokerages, with all due respect, I will learn from everything they've done, because the future is in the past. You have to look at what they have done wrong or right and learn from it, and then tweak it to make it your own, to work faster and grow. I just don't think this is where the future is going, because those people, those teams are very successful because they're eating the fruit that they have been planting the seed for the last 20 years.
Right.
It's a time to actually reap that. It's a time to eat the fruit from that you've done. Is that where the future is going? Hell no, it's not. So this is where, okay, it took us 2 years, not because we're stupid and it took us 2 years to figure it out. It's 2 years because the decision is too big and we're not the team to jump around,
Right.
Again, we've never been out. We're just only Keller Williams. We didn't jump around.
Right.
So if we're making a move, it has to be 1000% calculated from every possible angle to make sure we're standing on a solid ground when we move. We moved ahead. The whole team came over. I have like 2 people. They actually relocated out of the province completely. They moved to a completely different province.
Okay.
100% of the team moved in, and it was a blessing, yet shocking for the amount of text messages, phone calls, emails, DMs that we received for people congratulating us, and it inspired and surprised. Whole team moved with you guys, and I'm like, okay, well, hold on a second. There is a pattern here. Why is everybody commenting that the whole team moved with me? I'm like, why wouldn't they?
Right.
Again, I'm not stupid. I don't live in a different world. I understand. But it was an eye-opening moment. I'm like, it's actually a thing. Everybody moves in. They lose half of their team, quarter of their team, because they're not on the same alignment. They're not on the same, like, you have an army, you have the leadership of the army, and then all soldiers on one heart. Everybody understands the mission, and everybody goes in the same direction. I'm like, I actually never thought of this.
Yeah. It's a testament to how you've built your team. I mean,
I swear to the Almighty God, I've never thought of this that way before. I'm like,
yeah.
I thought that this is how it should be. Apparently, it's not, which is good. We take that for not. We don't take that for granted. We're very grateful. We just want to keep doing more of it. And this is the main shift happened, going from the mindset to the heart set. Is how you're operating day-to-day business with your people, honoring them, giving them the respect that they deserve, and there is somebody else's boss.
Yeah. Are you excited about the opportunity here?
Do
you see the opportunity here?
I love it. I had my business partner at eXp in Brandon Town. I know Brandon I know Greg was Brandon's partner for 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
And I know Brandon for 2.5 years, since we start talking about it. He was eXp before nobody knows what eXp is. The level of respect, deep relationship was way above the Mickey Mouse recruiting. Like, yo, when it comes to us, none of this crap. We're literally none of that. He's almost shy to ask me to come in, so it doesn't come across as he's recruiting. But we have a lot of abundance mindset of sharing back and forth, and with zero literally zero expectation in return. When they opened their own teams back in March 2021, I actually posted in our all social media congratulating them for opening their new businesses. There is no competition. When a restaurant opens, does other restaurants congratulate that restaurant for opening their new business because, oh shit, there's another competition coming in the city? I'm like, there is not. There is a lot of business everywhere.
Yeah.
So the relationship kind of formed a very strong bond. And then doing our own investigation, analysis, comparison for that past 2 years, make sure when we move is the right decision. It was. And now looking back, everything happens in the right time, and everything happens for a reason at the right time. I'm grateful that we moved to that. it would have been a whole different story if we moved 2 years ago. But I'm grateful
Right.
that we didn't, and I believe everything happens for a reason.
Right.
The model for those that probably, can I say something else?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. I think eXp people should take ownership for the stigma that is going on around eXp. It did not impact our business when somebody talks about Keller Williams, it's like a cult, Keller Williams, like you drink Kool-Aid. I'm like,
Right.
it didn't mean anything to me. Like,
Right.
we have a great business anyway. But I understand that people were saying that about Keller Williams. Moving to eXp is all about recruiting company, recruiting. I'm like, unfortunately, there are people make it come across that way.
Right.
But the simple truth is, if there is nobody sells real estate, there is no goddamn it like profit or revenue share.
Sure.
Like, somebody has to sell real estate at the end of the day. It's a real estate company. And this is where we're hitting into it. Our goal will never change. We're a production-based team. We're a production-based group that happen to sell a lot more real estate and develop people. And then people will be attracting to you because you want to sell more real estate. And that's the proper way of doing it, is recruiting, not hiring, or sorry, it's attracting, not recruiting.
Yeah.
Attracting people are attracted to action takers. Action takers have energy. They want to be part of them because they want to sell as much homes as Jeff does.
Yeah.
But you have people out there like, they're ruining the picture and like giving the wrong message about what eXp actually is.
Right.
It deters a lot of, how many team leaders, that close friends of mine that we talk to, and like, we're close outside of work. They just have bad taste in their mouths because some idiot, some Mickey Mouse somewhere like tried to recruit them, and they just don't feel good about it.
Right.
Nothing wrong about the model. It's just I don't feel good. I'm like, okay, I get that. I just take a step back and actually judge the actual model, not the followers of the model.
Right.
And this is where we've done. We had to readjust our mindset and look at the actual model. Is it, number one question, is it better for the agents? Is it better for the people that they trusted us to run their business within our company? Is it better for our business partner? It is better for them. That is the matter. Now, can you have some sort of opportunity along the way of running what you're already doing, which is selling real estate?
Yeah.
It doesn't really hurt. Jeff, you're with Remax, Coldwell Banker, Century 21, Real the Page, Keller Williams. I don't give a crap where you are. You and I, in 10 years from now, probably, I don't know, by the age of 60, we're going to quit selling real estate.
Right.
Would your brokerage actually pay you some sort of like dividend or like some sort of like retirement plan? I think this is, I'm not getting into any details. This is a surface level logic common sense. Okay. Jeff, you're with ABC brokerage. Okay. At some point in time, me and you are going to stop selling real estate. You've been with that brokerage for 20 years. You're going to stop selling real estate tomorrow because you're retiring, going to Florida. I don't know where you're going. You're just retiring, go to like living in the mountains.
Right.
Would you like to have 10% ownership of your ABC brokerage? I mean, why not? Like,
sure.
Sell the same. You're doing, it's in addition to, not instead of. It's in addition to, not instead of. Nobody will say no because every damn broker owner, brokerage team, they own the brokerage. They have the real estate sales team or business sales aspect of these things, and they have an ownership. When they stop selling real estate, that brokerage pays them from the ownership of that brokerage. They're not going to pay you anything because you have no ownership in the brokerage.
Right.
Period. End of discussion. You can trick yourself as much as you can trick yourself. I have no problem with that.
Right.
The reality is, when you stop selling real estate, they're not going to pay you anything. Only the broker owners, only the market center owners, only the regional owners that making money from the people that's at the brokerage right now, because there will be a new Jeff coming in tomorrow for selling for the next 20 years at that brokerage. And then those owners will make money by providing service, not off of. I hate when somebody says we're making money off of somebody. You're making money for a service that you're providing those agents. That brokerage, they built the brokerage, provide service to the agents. Agents pays money as a fee for the value they're getting, and then the ownership of the brokerage makes that money. Simple.
Right.
Well, eXp will give you the same thing without having upfront hundreds of thousands of dollars to own a market center. I can share my own personal experience. I have no problem sharing it, but it's a little bit more complicated. Some people might not get it.
Yeah.
The reason why we did not go for a market center or regional ownership is it's going to cost about a couple $1 million to own a region. That's even if it's open, if we'll open it, which is not. Maximum you're going to get to the market center, which is we're not really interested in it. $500,000 upfront, and then you're going to spend another $500,000 to grow that market center. Hello, my name is eXp here. I'm going to give you that market center. It's a virtual, so there is no market. Nobody owns anything.
Yeah.
And you know what? It's up to you now. You want to spend the other same $500,000 that you would have spent to grow your market center, spend it here by providing value on the ground to the agents at eXp to come in, sell more real estate because they should be selling real estate, and the brokerage will pay you back as an ownership without paying upfronting money to own that brokerage. And now the sky is just the beginning, and your belief system is the limit of how far can you take it. I would love to have a regional area of ABC brokerage, like whatever the brand is, and I would love to have 1,000 agents within my brokerage over 10 market centers. Every market center has 100 agents. It's up to me. I can take it as far as I want to take it. There is upfront cost you have to pay to own that region.
Yeah.
And then there is another upfront cost you have to spend on to grow that region. eXp saved me the upfront cost to own the region, yet up to me how much I want to invest on my business to grow that region by providing value for those agents.
Right. And then every agent. Go ahead. Go ahead.
If Google or Amazon decided to sell real estate tomorrow, I don't know. That might happen. Actually, I don't know. I'm not being pessimistic.
Yeah.
Shit happen. Something happened in the real estate industry. Okay.
Yeah.
My couple $1 million or my $500,000, whatever money that I paid to actually own the market center, I'm on the hook. eXp, my investment is $140 a month. I'm really good with math.
Yeah.
That is my investment.
Yeah.
If shit hit the fan, market collapse, where is it that, I lost only the money that I actually invested to grow the people. Which means you're going to invest it anywhere there.
Right.
It's a model that I'm not a big fan of the whole blockbuster Amazon,
right.
Because everybody's using it. Like the way I'm justifying it in my own head to feel that I would be stupid not to look at it any other way. Literally. The world back in the day, I want to transfer data from your laptop to my laptop. I run to Best Buy and buy like a hard drive, plug the cable in your laptop, transfer the data, and then wait for like percentage to 100 and unplug it, plug it to my laptop, and then transfer my data again. The world is evolving, and then we have like Dropboxes, you can upload them, Google Drive. People in the very beginning, a little bit skeptical here.
Right.
I was like, I don't know what the security look like, the safety, like people might like hack it. But then as the world evolves and then more security measures be put in, people felt more secure to actually go ahead and apply all the data on the cloud to download it back on a different software or different server or different laptops. Nobody goes and runs and buys the hardware anymore.
Right.
That's eXp in my head.
Yeah. Well, what I was going to say was, when you're talking again about just, the fact that you can essentially own a market center, quote unquote, whatever, all these things with this model, the brand new agent that just gets licensed today and joins your group up there, Affinity Real Estate, they have the exact same opportunity.
That is the main one, brother.
And that's huge.
That's the main reason.
It's
people
huge.
that I honor, people that made the company, they deserve to have something in return.
Yeah.
They deserve to have the same opportunity that I have.
Yeah.
And it doesn't take away from me though, because their growth is my growth. It's win-win. And here's the thing. A real translation, implementation for what win-win actually mean.
Yeah.
Not just saying it or like writing it on the wall, win-win. Like it's actual win-win.
Yeah.
For those that want to actually run a business, not just have a job.
Totally. Well, and I think about, I get up this morning, I'm scrolling through Facebook and, I don't know what it's like up there in Canada right now, down here in the US. I mean, every day I'm seeing all this stuff. Everybody's posting, inflation, the interest rates, the, whatever, the recession, it's right around the corner. I mean, there's just fear, and I get it. I lived through 2008. I was a realtor back then. I mean, oh my God, it was horrible, But here's one of the things I love about this though. Like for me, I've been here for 4 years. I've got a team essentially. Here's the thing. One of the things, and you mentioned this too. I'm all about, my biggest thing is helping our agents take their business to the level they want to get it to. Like the trainings we're doing. We're doing a training next Tuesday for our group on crypto. Our state broker here in Colorado Springs. I mean, she's got a $12 million deal in the works right now.
Nice.
It's 100% crypto. And she's teaching on that. She's, whatever. And so we're bringing her into our group, and she's going to teach on that. And we're doing, I want to get everybody's business to where they want to get
value,
to.
though. That's an amazing value.
We're doing this every week. We're trying to add as much value to the agents. Take your business up to where you want to get to. It's like, and we're seeing that happen. People are doubling their businesses. They're adding more deals, more, and here's what we all want, whatever. Now, in the meantime, you're getting stock bonuses with every closing. You're getting all this stuff. You're getting more and more ownership. With the more productive you are and the better we help you do that, you're getting more ownership. You're getting more benefits that are building over here on the side. And you're going to be doing that anyway, whether you're at Keller Williams, Remax, Cole, it doesn't matter. But over here, you're getting these other bonuses that are coming on the side for what you're doing anyway.
Jeff,
And then, I look at this morning, I see all this fear going out there, and it's going to just continue. I've now got a team, quote unquote, or an organization, however you want to call it, a modern team, I like to call it. There's no boundaries here. So now my team, for 16 years of being in the business, I got paid for what I did in Colorado Springs. That's where I'm at. My team here, whatever, if our market's moving, or, our team's moving, we're making money. Market crashes, market slows down, team slows down. We're scrambling, trying to find the next deal and doing what we can. We're doing short sales and foreclosures and all this kind of stuff. Shifting gears, you have to do that. The good agents adjust, right? But then here I am now. I've got a modern team now in 10 states and 4 other countries outside of the U.S., Canada, India, Brazil, and Mexico. And our economy is not the same as India. It's not the same as Brazil. It's not the same as Portugal or Spain or France or all these other places where we're now open for business. I'm getting people from LinkedIn, just connections that I've got on LinkedIn. I don't know most of these people. They're just realtors we're connected with. I'm in realtor groups and different things. And I had a lady 2 weeks ago. She reaches out to me through LinkedIn. I see her with eXp. I've got some questions. Can you give me a call? I called her up. I presented it to her, whatever. She's in the process of making the move over here. And I don't even know this. She reached out to me. It's a win, but it's a win for her. I know what this is going to do for her. And I love sharing that with other people, but
I love it. One of the, if anyone that's watching is in Canada, okay.
Yeah.
Because this is what we relate to the most. And I know the regulation here, we had some team members in the province of Alberta, which is a different province. They had to be under different brokerage because Keller Williams is a franchise. Any brokerage is a franchise. You have to be under a different brokerage base, a different cap, different split, whole different thing.
Right.
eXp Canada, it's just one brokerage in the entire country. eXp Realty of Canada. I'm the same person, same cap that I have here in Ontario. I can sell in Halifax. I can sell in Nova Scotia. I can sell in Prince Edward Island. I can sell in BC. It doesn't matter where. It's the one.
Right.
There is no geographic restrictions. It feels good, brother. It feels good.
Yeah.
No boundaries. Everybody's good. You can sell anywhere you want as long as you have the license in that city.
Well, I think and you can.
Mind blowing.
It is. It really, and you can recession-proof your business in that sense. You know what I mean? Like again, here in the U.S., we're definitely, there's things coming. I see that. I mean, the writing's on the wall in terms of where this market it's getting tighter. I was at a mastermind yesterday, and there's so much fear. I'm just hearing fear. Like whatever. What's going to happen? I mean, again, the good agents adjust. You get through it. But I'm not losing sleep at night because when you got 200, I got 220 agents now in 10 states and 4 other countries outside of the U.S., there will be closings next month. There will be money coming in to me next month, not from the agents' pockets, but from what they're given to eXp. I can share in the revenues because I'm an owner at eXp.
You're an owner. That's the point. You're an owner in eXp.
And every agent has that opportunity,
It sounds
so
simple. It sounds so simple. It's much more beautiful in real life.
Yeah.
Just as soon as you wrap your head around being an owner in a company, doing the biggest fear or the biggest problem that people face before they come to eXp is I don't want to get into the recruiting business. It's not. You're doing exactly what you're doing. You're gonna sell the same real estate, and you're doing that in addition to on the side. Doesn't hurt. It happens naturally anyway. You're only focused on selling real estate. That will never change for us as well.
Yeah, for sure. So,
yeah, brother.
Well, 389 deals last year that you did, 280 million with your team.
Yes,
and 500 million this year, $1 billion the year after that. You guys are doing some big things. And again, number one at Keller Williams in all of Canada. And now you made the move over here.
Up until March 31st, 2022, we were number one in GCI and number one in volume. We were not put in the report on April 1st because we were out of the brokerage by March 31st.
Right.
Doesn't really change the fact.
Very cool. Well, I got to say, we are all very excited to have you over here.
It's an honor to be here.
And again, and here we are, like we're business partners. 100%. You're up there. I'm down. We're all business partners. We're all owners. Like it's just there's a mindset that shifts here.
It's the new way of doing real estate business. The new way of running the brokerage business, as opposed to be like people are sick and tired of how it used to be run, and then feeding agents' egos and like, yeah. If anybody is open to have a deeper conversations, confidential conversation, you can either go to Jeff if you're in the States, come here, talk to me.
Absolutely.
We're always willing to share because it's nothing but collaboration and there is no competition.
Yep, for sure.
I love it, brother.
Well, it's great having you here, man. I appreciate your time doing this. You shared a ton of value in this. I mean, seriously. I mean, people, you could listen to this 2, 3 times and just take some notes. Get out of the notepad.
I hope somebody will learn something that will help them, and then after we die, they will say something good about us. That's
there you go.
Hoping
absolutely. Well, Ibrahim, I appreciate your time, and again, welcome aboard. Welcome to all your agents. Affinity Real Estate, now part of eXp, and we're honored to have you here. Seriously,
we're honored to be here too. Thanks a lot.
Thank you very much. So, guys, have a great rest of your day. Have a great rest of your week. You can comment below if you're on Facebook or YouTube, whatever. If you have a question for either one of us, put it in there. We'll get back to you for sure. We'll get you the answers. But we appreciate your time. So, guys, have a great week. Thank you so much. Okay.